I want to talk about my experience as a recently divorced man in my early 50s, navigating the world of dating apps. After being in a long marriage, I found myself single and back on the dating scene. I'd been on dating apps before, but this was years before social media took off. I quickly learned that dating in your 50s is very different from when you were younger and that the world of dating apps can be both exciting and overwhelming. I want to share my journey with you, the ups and downs, the good dates and the bad, and everything in between. I'm no male model, although I've been told I look like Derek Zoolander. Full head of hair, fit, and all my teeth, so not half bad to look at. I look young for my age, which is probably why I get attention from younger women. I signed up for the usual dating apps. Tinder, Hinge, Bumble. Experiment number 1. I said that I wasn't going to reach out to anyone, and just see who'd match with me. After being off the market for so long, I wanted to see where I stood compared to my peers. Much to my surprise, I was amazed at how many women in their late 20s and mid-30s reached out to me. My initial thought was, don't they see how old I am? Male friends of mine would just tell me to relax and enjoy the ride and don't question it. Female friends, not that I really had any, said the girls were all gold diggers. Spoiler alert. Not one girl who was younger gave off the gold digger vibe at all. They actually just liked me. If you are getting value from this content, please like and subscribe. Thanks for supporting the channel. I would occasionally ask some of these younger women a question that I really shouldn't have asked. The question was, I'm just curious why you reached out and matched with me. Many of them gave me a similar answer. Guys their age, in their late 20s and mid-30s, didn't really have their act together and played video games all day. Some still lived with their parents even. So an older man was more appealing. And it never bothered them that I had a young child either. I remember when I was in my late 20s and lost a girlfriend to an older guy. Now I understood the logic. It was still rare that anyone in their 40s or close to my age ever contacted me. But once in a while, I would have someone reach out to me, a little closer to my age. I don't indicate on my dating profile, but I have a child around 10 years old. When I would start chatting with someone around my age, we would start to talk about family and children, etc. The moment they found out that my child was still living with me and not in high school or college, these women immediately lost interest. It was pretty much the same excuse for most of the women. My kids are out of the house and it's now my time. So I continued to date younger women and have fun. Eventually, I grew weary and tired of going on first dates, so I decided to take some time off. I needed a break. I left all dating apps for about 10 or 11 months. I had met enough people to casually date from time to time, while I focused on my child and my job. Just a few months ago, I decided to get back on dating apps. One thing I did that I knew would help me was to take all new photos, including some professional shots. As much as I hate getting my photo taken, it was a necessary evil. It made all the difference in the world and I was happy with the quality of my matches after using the new photos. Be sure to check out my video about updating your dating profile. As I mentioned in the video, getting new photos is a total game changer and I highly recommend it. I will leave a link to the video in the description. Once I got back on, it was still the same story. Many younger women reaching out to me and rarely anyone my own age. Yes, some of the younger women were simply seeking validation and probably just wanted a free drink or dinner. I'm not complaining, as I still had a lot of fun. Maybe it lasted a month or a weekend, or even a very long night, but always a good time. But within a couple of months, I grew tired of the endless first dates again. Especially since I'm the one always paying for everything. In the past, I always let women swipe on me. This time, I decided to do another experiment. I purposely sought out women who were closer to my age. I was a little more open-minded and decided that I would match with any woman, within reason of course, who intrigued me. Most importantly, women closer to my own age. This time, I did match with them. But I was really surprised by how many of them had terrible attitudes. Some of these older women were just as bad, if not worse, than the younger women I'd been seeing before. Some women I matched with were very attractive for their age. A few were probably very average at best. Cute, but with not exactly former model material. I expected an attitude out of a hot, older woman. Someone who was probably out of my league when we were both 23 years old. But what was the most surprising thing was the average women. The more basic and average they were, the bigger their attitude. Since dating apps are primarily populated with men, up to 75%, some women get their heads and egos inflated very quickly. Not just younger women, but all women. Perhaps these average women didn't get enough attention when they were younger. And now that they are older, they are getting men on these dating apps and social media simping for them. Now, they feel that they are a hot commodity. I look back now and many of these average women were not even that attractive. But in their minds, they were the hottest chick on the dating app. One woman showed me all the men she matched with on Bumble, including my profile. Some of these men looked like the Unabomber or homeless men. Some of them were younger than me but looked 10 years older. This woman clearly valued quantity over quality. She said to me, "Look at all the men who want to get with me." At first, I thought she was joking, but she wasn't. My experiment was a big failure for sure. I decided to finally grow up and date someone closer to my age, but yet the results were very similar. Because many of these women received so much validation on dating apps, they honestly believed they were 9s, when they were only 3s or 4s. To my surprise, many of these women had their own Instagram pages with sexy photos. They even had their own TikTok accounts, doing stupid dances, etc. I specifically remember 2 women telling me they wanted to start their own OnlyFans. If I'm dealing with a 32-year-old who does this, I will tolerate it, because she's 32. But when she's 51, this is disturbing and a complete turnoff. They acted as if they were entitled to special treatment and were rude and condescending to those around them, including me. I was shocked at the attitudes of these women and couldn't understand why they thought so highly of themselves. It soon became clear that this arrogance was fueled by the constant validation they received on dating apps and social media. There are many factors for dating problems, but these 2 stood out to me. Many modern women feel they are all models now. Side note. Honestly, why do so many women get on TikTok to rant about their dating lives and do stupid dances? Perhaps that is a topic for another video. And the men who simp for them 24/7. Men follow them on social media, telling them how hot they are, commenting on every photo. "You're a queen, you are so beautiful, I would treat you so good." Guys, please stop it. This validation had a warping effect on their minds, making them believe that they were the cream of the crop and that everyone should be vying for their attention. I figured as long as I was going to deal with a headache, I might as well deal with a much younger version of the headache. Click here to continue your dating journey. Has anyone ever experienced anything similar? Leave a comment below and let us know. Good luck to everyone out there and thanks for watching.